Hello, and welcome to Magic, Myths, and Mayhem, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and gem, and with me are Purdy, Rowan, it says here Mark? Does anyone know who that is? Anyone know who a Mark is? Can a Mark?
No idea.
No.
And we don't have Joe today.
Our guest player today, Mark.
Maybe I just put a mark in the script as like to break.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, you usually write those.
Oh, you're
out
marking down that
before...
Joe's not here.
True. Yes. No, you've been away for a while doing various things around the world. I believe it started with your cyber training, cyber inventions course.
Yes.
Moving on to various parts of everything, but unfortunately,
you were monster hunting monsters last time.
You were monster hunting monsters,
and it went
but
very well.
Joe is not around this week, and there's only one person who's going to be able to tell us why Joe isn't around. And because you've been away, of course, it will be you, Father.
Well,
and I had one ready for Joe as well.
It's a shame. It's a shame because the reason that Joe's not here is because of that very monster hunting expedition. When I was deep in the bowels of the earth on the trail of the big bad, who should turn up at my shoulder but Joe, also after the big bad. So I said, Joe, off you go then. He's far too powerful for me, and I went home. So presumably he's still down there fighting at this very moment. I hope
he'll have optimized his build.
Well, exactly. That's what I thought. Exactly.
I think you probably would have stood a better chance if you weren't just smacking him over the head with a saxophone.
Well,
You never know. Sometimes that works.
Exactly. There are certain, as a bard, there are certain, prerequisites, and one of those is a saxophone is a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
No, like I told you before, it's a hunting horn. That's the actual weapon that they make for these situations. But a normal saxophone doesn't work.
Well, you see that if you told me that before, I wouldn't have left that with Joe and then gone home because I'm sure he's by now discovering that that's probably not the weapon to use.
I told him last week.
I can't because I'm related, but I really want to title this episode "A Saxophone is a Deadly Weapon."
Oh my god, yes.
No. It's got to be something to do with the actual episode.
No, that's the perfect.
I will try. I will try and use a saxophone at some point.
You know what? Recorder is a better weapon.
We have a recap.
We have a recap.
It won't be helpful. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just play it.
I've always been fascinated by the mortal psyche. I mean, look at them, scurrying around the dungeon like a herd of guinea pigs, discovering the wonders left by those before them. They find danger in one room and move on to the next. They find curiosity in another room and move on again and again, all in the hope that there will be treasure at the end. Of course, there will be treasure. There always is. The creators of places like these can't help but reward those with a determined heart. And can you blame them? Just look at the sheer blind determination of these creatures. They find a secret room hidden behind a bookcase, opened by a key they almost died for, and fueled by the rush of dopamine they charge through, only to be teleported into a half-dimension, falling for an hour, blind, deaf, devoid of feeling, and still they go back again to complete the trial. I guess it's an effect of the mortal condition, bound by the knowledge that the life they are given is forever pushing closer to the end. Not to mention the strange capitalistic system they have in place, forcing them to earn to stay alive, encouraging selfishness, and promoting the idea that in order to win, somebody else must lose. Maybe eventually I'll get bored with their antics, but for now, I watch, enamored by the simplicity of their nature, finding myself wanting for more, yearning for more, unable to take my eyes off them. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess. I just asked if you wanted fries with your Infernal Burger.
Oh, right, yes, of course. Thank you.
I love that.
Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to get up and lie down now. Oh dear.
I am actually speechless.
I'm quite proud of being able to build tension with that one. Just right at the end.
You went into like a Brennan Lee Mulligan anti-capitalist speech in the middle there. What happened?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Like that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
It was giving supervillain monologue, and we're only on episode 11, so I don't know why we're getting that already. But
yeah, I'd prefer not to be getting that already. Especially after being stuck in this thing for like 4 sessions now.
Alex is doing it now because he knows that we're not actually going to let him finish his supervillain monologue when we get to the supervillain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can just mute you all and just call that the end.
You can insert it, cut out our bullshit, and then
Alex keeps it in the main podcast and then just puts in our bullshit for Patreon.
There's treasure at the end. Let's not lose sight of the treasure at the end. That's the bit that I took.
Mark, we have been stuck in this for 4 sessions.
We start
but
the
I
episode.
wasn't there, so now
Shut up. We start the episode 4 sessions ago. Monty.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yes.
You
right now, yes.
have your friends, or your crew, as it were, have just entered into this stone temple. The door opened as you placed the gem inside. The mechanics struggled, evidently showing this old Perwelven temple to the god Armishan, the god of tricks, traps, and mischief. Ooh, how exciting. You step through the door. There's something in your eye. Oh, that's odd. Blinking. What's this standing in front of you? Well, you appear to be in a room that is, in fact, well, it's smaller than the room that you would have expected from that stone room. It's a long ruined chamber, but it has moss and mushrooms all over. There's a bed to your left, a cupboard that's fallen over behind you, a desk to your right, but none of that seems too important, even with all of the mushrooms and spores and ruined nature of this room, because standing directly in front of you, eye to eye, you are seeing what appears to be standing in front of you, a mummified corpse of some kind of priestly body. It remains, at least, wrapped in robes which have been stiffened by time, overtaken by this fungal infestation.
Ugh.
You can see long, spindly fungal tendrils have pierced through the body and sort of coming out as though they were tentacles of their own out of the skin. Its eyes dead, its body almost controlled by this fungal infection. Pesto, you were the one that, of course, activated this by accident by stealing some glowy mushrooms from the desk that you stand aside. And this is when there's a little as your captain reappears in front of you. The surprise to everybody, of course.
Ha! Ozzy! I told you we'd find him!
Yes, so you are standing right here.
Right
in front of you.
I'm sorry!
Right in front of you appears to be this mummified corpse. Could everybody please roll initiative?
I marked down that last time I rolled a 19.
Oh, you did. You did indeed mark down that you rolled a 19, and I did say that you were allowed to use that. So
I have it marked down 3:14 at 7:13 p.m.
Monty, could you please tell me what your initiative is?
I can tell you that because I am a clever chap about these things, and the answer is 23.
Niffy, oh, you do yours.
That's because the adrenaline is washing through my body as I go, oh my god.
30?
18.
Wonderful. Now, as we have said many times before, you three are welcome to change your initiatives to lower than your own. Currently, for you three, it would be Monty, Pesto, Niffy. You can change that order to be at the same time, lower than each other. Just keep the order that it is.
Yes, I am happy to go first. Right, okay. So, yes, I have, from my point of view, walked through the door, gone, oh, what the hell was that? And then,
It's like bile falling out of its mouth. Like I said, the head's kind of lopsided, as though the body itself hasn't been reanimated so much as this infection has gone through it and is using it as a humanoid presence. Yes, and Pesto has shouted behind you to say, ooh, But Monty, you are first.
Friends are here. Hi.
I am going to cast Spray of Cards.
Spray of cards.
Spray of Cards.
Spray of cards. Is that a ranged attack?
Range is self 15-foot cone.
Cool.
So it comes from me out in a 15-foot cone.
Certainly can. And obviously this would in fact hit the thing standing directly in front of you.
Exactly so. This is dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Of?
It says DC 11.
Wonderful. Got a natural 1. You fire out this spray of cards from your body and it just cuts through the flesh of this creature in front of you.
It does 2d10 force damage. So that's 11 and has the blinded condition until the end of its turn.
Wonderful. It doesn't seem to react to this coming through. There's no bleeding or of any kind or anything, but these cards certainly out from the body. And
then I immediately move back. Now, since it's blinded, I'm hoping it won't be able to do a...
You said you were going to step back.
I am.
Wonderful. It's going to take an opportunity attack at you.
Blinded?
Yep. And it's going to be a 19 to hit you.
Blimey, that's impressive. Well, it's my... that's going to hit me.
I would assume so. You're going to take 36 piercing damage as this tentacle mushroom thing just goes straight through your shoulder. It comes out from its chest and just goes BAM! Straight through your shoulder.
That's impressive.
You are then going to take 24 necrotic damage as it pumps this horribleness into your bloodstream.
That's 60.
Pesto and Monty, could you please both make perception rolls?
I'm not going to make a perception roll, no.
Oh, you make it as you get stabbed.
Okay, but I am down.
I know.
14?
22.
22 is good enough, and you will have just enough time to mention this. As this chest cavity opens up and this tendril comes flying outwards, you see this like weird mushroom glowing pumping heart type thing sitting in the center. But then as the tentacle recedes from your body, the chest cavity closes over it again, and that would send you down. Pesto. It is the creature's turn. I almost told you what it was. And could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
18.
18 is good enough. You start to hear this whispering tendrils trying to penetrate your mind as spores from the air start to enter your system, but you are resolute enough and constitute enough to shake your head and go, no, nothing indeed happens. With that, however, the creature is going to just step over the body. The way that it moves, just because it's creepy as fuck, its body doesn't take steps. Tendrils come from the ground and almost like move it along like a conveyor belt, as though it's attached to all this moss and mushrooms from the ground as it moves just 10 feet forwards, slowly. Its body almost flopping around as these tendrils control it. Pesto, it's your go.
Cool. Hey, Purdy, do you have a healing potion or anything?
I can do cure wounds.
Cool. I'm going to go 25-ish. Can I still see Monty from there?
From where you are, yes, you'd be able to.
Cool. I'm going to Vortex Warp Monty.
Wonderful.
And put him out here.
Wonderful. So what does your Vortex Warp look like?
Oh, I've done it a few times and I don't think I've thought about it. I think quickly eject something from the center of my glove that looks like a little tracker type thing. I throw it out in the hallway right behind Pumpkin, and then I shoot another one from the tip of the gauntlet onto Monty, and space just twists around him like reality melts together, and yeah.
There's like a and yes, appearing just behind you, Niffy, is Monty on the ground, breathing, unconscious, with a massive hole in the shoulder. You have no idea where Monty just came from, because you didn't see him appear. He was gone, and he's now back and on the floor. Anything else, Pesto?
I'm going to leave Olive there and then move 5 more feet out into the hallway, and Olive is going to take their acid spitty attack And I'll tell them to aim for center mass, where that thing was, if possible. Acidic spittle is a 17 plus 7
to hit.
Yes,
hits.
Cool. And then
what's the range on that? I'm just assuming it's enough.
30 feet.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
That is 7 acid damage.
Wonderful. This acid goes out, hits onto the center, and you see the flesh and what's left of the wrapping start to melt ever so slightly, and the hints of the glowiness of this center of mass starts to appear, but then you see all these mushroomy tendrils sort of like fill up the gaps which have just been made by the acid.
Okay. And I'll have Olive fly out here.
Out into the hallway, of course.
Yes. I'm not going to take my toys out.
Okay.
That's it.
Niffy!
Can I obviously swap places with not Pesto. Pumpkin.
Swap places with Pumpkin?
Yeah.
What do you mean by swap places?
Just like move.
Pumpkin's currently in between me and Monty.
Sure. I believe for you to move Pumpkin, you have to use your bonus.
That's fine, I think.
I believe they can take the dodge action freely on their own, but I believe any kind of movements or attacks have to be taken with your bonus action.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can obviously move more after this, but use your bonus action to command. You just throw some treats on the floor, and of course, Snuffly Duffly goes over, and I'll just move around. There you go. You swap places?
And then I will cast Cure Wounds on Monty.
Wonderful.
Yippee!
Where the fuck did I put there?
If only there was some way of organising your dice.
I kind of just grabbed all the new ones that Ian got me for my birthday and shoved it into the pot. And now I'm really regretting it.
Yeah, I can tell.
13.
You, 13, put this healing over Monty, and nothing happens.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do now. I will shout to Pesto and be like, is this supposed to work?
Yes?
Well, it's not.
I thought you should know that better than I would.
I don't often do this. Or at least not sober.
What? What?
Does your magic work when you're not high?
We have Skelly Dude to do all this shit. I don't normally need to do it.
Skelly
Dude.
Oh, I know his name.
It's Skelly Dude.
Yeah.
While Joe's not here, it's Skelly Dude.
Are you doing anything on your turn?
I think that's all I can do, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's an action.
And I've used my bonus to move thingy.
And you can have Pumpkin.
Well, to command, you can move and attack with
also.
Pumpkin.
But also, I don't know if you want Pumpkin to go in there and
not
get
really.
one shot like Monty was.
Okay. Monty, that hurt.
Well, I did imagine it did actually, yeah.
You stand up.
What?
Quite a lot.
Oh.
Ow!
Fuck.
Could you please roll me a d20?
I can roll a d20. Let's roll that one. Just try again. That is 8.
8. Something happened. Ow, that really hurt. There was a hole in your shoulder. That was a lot. Oh, blimey. It's still standing directly in front of you, this weird mushroom creature.
It, by Jove.
It is indeed.
As far as I'm concerned.
As far as you're concerned. You're prone.
I am prone, but I'm also prone. What would I do?
For a clarification, you stand up, and I did not say.
Yeah.
Go up to half health.
Right.
You do not. It is not one of these where you find a impulse to attack it in front of you. You just see it in front of you. I'm not like forced to do anything. You're welcome to run away if that is what you feel would happen.
At this point, he is not an idiot, and this thing is very powerful and ignored his attack. So he is going to cast Blur on himself.
Wonderful.
Which is my body because blood, I tell you. Shifting and wavering, blood. Shifting and wavering to all who can see. Any creature has disadvantage attack rolls against me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It moves his face, it doesn't round sight. Right, so I am blurring myself, and I am going
Which I imagine for you is like you go a bit more misty
Yeah, so, well,
more
exactly.
translucent.
I can imagine. Yeah, exactly. I'll go. Basically, I'm always slightly translucent anyway.
Well, your clothes aren't.
My skin. Exactly. My clothes aren't, but my skin is. So this has the effect of making my whole outfit as well, and as well as me, become translucent.
So Niffy, you healed, it didn't do anything. And then Monty just stood up with the hole still in the shoulder, looked at you, went, ah! And then went slightly translucent.
The fuck is going on?
And then...
And obviously, we'll move backwards.
You have half of your movement, remember, because you just stood up.
Oh, yeah. 15.
There you go. And then ran away.
I mean, actually, he's not running away. He'll move backwards, and then he's going to get out his pepper pot pistol.
Ah, yes. Points his pistol at you. It is its turn. It's going to move 10 feet. Pesto. Confusing events are happening down the corridor. And as you look down the corridor, you can see that Ozzy's just kind of glazed over.
What else is new? Oh, fucking hell. Can I do stuff from there?
It depends on what stuff you're trying to do. You have a line of sight, yes. You can pick your head around to see the creature.
Can I fire 3 scorching ray shots?
Should be able to, yes.
Cool. First one is a number.
That's good.
It is 9 plus 6, 15 to hit.
Hits.
I'm aiming for the center mass.
Sure.
So if that...
Yeah.
That is 8 fire damage.
Okay.
Next one is 21 to hit.
Hits.
5 fire damage.
Okay, 13.
And that is a 13 plus 9.
22.
Which is more.
Hits.
20-something. 8 fire damage.
Wonderful. 21 fire damage as you... hits the center again. It burns away, leaving most of what was material left around that chest area now gone, and starts to again claw away, maybe a little bit more than it did last time. You see a little bit more of this sort of hearty, mushroomy thing shining through before it then covers itself over again with mushroom. You can tell it's flesh being replaced by mushroom at this point. Or what should I say, mushroomy type tendrils, not like actual like mushroom caps or anything. Anything else?
I have no idea what to do. It seems pointless.
Well, I'd say from Monty's point of view, he can see in front of him the monster, the tattered monk.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also see Ozzy?
You can see, yes, you can see behind this creature is Pumpkin and Ozzy. Ozzy hasn't turned around yet. You can see Pesto standing in the doorway and doing magic into the room, but
Right.
maybe there's 2 of them.
So I can, but I can call out.
Yes, it is just the figure in front of you that you saw as.
Exactly. Yeah. Pesto, dear boy, it's out here.
What?
It's out here.
No, it's not.
It is. It's right there in the corridor. It's shooting. It put a hole through me. Stay back.
You're seeing shit.
What? It's there. What are you talking about?
You're looking at Niffy, you dipshit.
Niffy? Oh, you mean Nunu? Nunu, is that you? Answer now.
Hey. Who else would it be?
The creature does not respond. It goes.
It's not. You're being deceived.
You were just shot through the chest. I think you're the one being deceived.
Where the hell are we?
Pesto, are you doing anything else?
I don't fucking know.
Is he okay?
If it's you, on your turn. If it's you, put your hands up in the air. On your turn.
I'm gonna send Olive in to get right there and look behind them. Is the hole open behind them, or is it also closed behind them?
You're talking about, as was mentioned prior, there was a sort of panel in the wall to the right of the bed.
No, the cavity in their chest, is it sealed from behind as well?
The back is robes, but the way that it's falling, it appears to be, yes.
Fire? Oil?
I already hit it with fire and acid.
I mean, something like a spike through the chest, but unfortunately my rapier's with me.
Gonna need to push your turn.
Fucking spit at it. Whatever.
It falls over a desk.
And it's close range, so it's going to be 6 plus 7, 13.
To hit?
Yeah.
Hits.
8 acid damage.
8 acid
to the
damage.
back of it.
spills all over the back of it, burning away the clothes, some of the flesh, and again, you can see sort of, it's more like diffusion of the light through the thin layers of skin before it covers over a little bit again.
And I'll back up again.
Yeah, you back up. Niffy.
So, on my turn, I'll wave my arms, like I was asked to.
Do I see? No.
That thing's not waving its arms.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll walk up to Monty, poke him.
This creature comes straight at you, Monty. And, I mean, you poke, you feel it kind of like reaching out to grab you. It doesn't do any damage, obviously, at that point.
Do I feel anything?
As much as you do generally, because he's kind of, he's using the blur spell and he's translucent and such, but it's Monty. Monty's there.
Have you been eating my brownies again?
It's gargling at you, bile coming out of its mouth.
Pesto, I really don't know what to do with Monty. He's not responding. Or
I'm dealing with a bigger problem right now.
Like what?
There's a fucking zombie in there.
Just close the fucking door.
Who are you talking to?
Niffy, she's right. Oh my god. Monty, just don't fucking do anything. Sit down.
I can't. This thing punched a hole through me 10 seconds ago.
It's not gonna hurt you.
Just close the goddamn door on it.
I don't know what it's gonna do to the door. I'm trying to get it before it gets us.
Well, I'm thinking closed door, we run. If we can get Monty to move.
Niffy, are you doing anything on your turn?
I don't fucking know what to do.
No is a valid answer.
I'm not saying no until I've exhausted everything. No. Yeah, I think the answer's going to be no.
Okay. Monty, please roll a d20.
18.
How on earth could you have mistaken Niffy for that grotesque, mushroomy monster? It's Niffy standing in front of you. What were you thinking?
Oh, shoot! I'll now point the gun away. No! It's you!
No shit, it's me. How else would it fucking be?
A few seconds ago, you looked just like that damn monk person who just stabbed me through the shoulder. Where am I? What?
Which is still coming.
Look, I know it feels like we've been in here for fucking years.
We've only just arrived.
But I don't look that bad.
We arrived. We just walked through the door. We only just arrived.
Oh, we've been...
Where are we? Never mind. We'll talk about it later. For now, let's deal with this monk person. Where is he? It.
In the room.
In the room. Right.
It just keeps healing. I don't know how to stop it from healing.
I want to be in the room where it happened.
I'm going to put myself there, but that's not necessarily where I am because I'm not sure what my movement is. Or I can swim 60. I'm going to swim down the corridor.
Swim.
30 would put me on the same square as Ozzy.
You can't end a turn in the same square.
That's what I thought, so I'll have to be there then. What is that grey swirly thing?
The grey swirly thing is a dragon, and you can't go 5 further forward. You'd have to end up being...
Oops.
Well, no, I tell you what. You move past Pumpkin. You go to walk past Ozzy and knock into Ozzy, who just falls over, lands on their face, and you stand in their space.
Ozzy? Oh my lord! Now what? So what? Is this door closed now?
No.
Nope, door open. You wouldn't have a line of sight though from where
Not from here, no. So I am going to what's the word? Thingy my action.
Hold
your action. Okay.
That's the one. Which is going to be, if it should come out through the door by some amazing turn of speed, I'm going to attack it with my pointy stick.
Okay.
Right. So what have you tried so far?
Fire and acid.
Now listen, I thought Nunu was the monster. So it's possible it'll happen to me again. So if I start to act strange, it's because I can see you as the monster. Not sure what you can do about it, just be aware.
Why? I don't even look like the monster. What are you trying to tell me?
I've got the same colour eyes. No, it's because he stabbed me in the shoulder, presumably. I must be infected with something. Oh, I wonder. I can do a lesser restoration, which will cure poison. I have no idea if it's poison or not, but it's worth a punt. So I'm going to do a lesser restoration on myself, an attempt to cure any poison I might have on me.
Cast the spell, but nothing appears to happen other than magical fun times.
I mean, I wouldn't know if it works or not anyway, because at the moment I'm not. Right, so I can't see the guy. I'm not going to do anything else at this point. I'm going to wait until I can get a line of sight on it.
Okay.
So, well, obviously, we've got this thing in its chest, glowing thing. Did you catch that before whatever happened to me?
Yeah.
So, you've tried acid, you've tried fire, obviously not working. We need something which will perhaps do some kind of piercing damage. Got anything you can use?
I think we just tried shooting it.
Yes, exactly, but I can't see it from here.
I don't have anything that does that.
In that case, stay where you are. Let's wait and see if it comes out. Nunu, perhaps you could get your most impressive blunderbuss at the ready. Preferably don't shoot me, although I do apologise for pointing my gun at you, of course.
Yeah, I'll get my gun out and make sure it's loaded.
Well, you can't do anything on particular, although it would be loaded, because it's not your turn. It is its turn, and it moves 10 feet this way. So close to saying what it's based on every single time. Yes, again, this sort of weird conveyor belt style movement as it. Although you can't really see it at this point, but you can hear it just sort of across the ground.
I suppose anyone's got athlete's foot or anything. You haven't got any sort of antifungal medicine. That sounds like the kind of thing might.
Pesto.
Yeah, you don't use pesto for that. Oh, I see what you mean.
Do I look like I carry that sort of stuff around?
Well, I don't know, do I? I've never seen your feet. Well, I mean, I've seen your feet, but I haven't seen your... Never mind.
And you're never going to see my feet now.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear it.
How quickly did it cover up the injuries?
Fairly. Like I said, it kind of burned away or acided away, and then the flesh was replaced by this fungi mushroom-esque substance within the 6 seconds of the round. Not like straight away, but it like sort of creeps over.
I feel very stupid.
You look like somebody having a bright idea.
No. I'm trying to have a bright idea, but I'm not. Can I have Olive fly to the thing in the wall and try to grab whatever's in there?
The panel in the wall. So, to re-describe what that was, because it was a bit of a thing. Where is it? There it is. Yes, there's evidently you saw like a hidden compartment concealed on the right-hand side of the bed with lots of layers of fungi and moss. It is not an open panel. It is like a door panel that is covered by moss and such. Moss and those sorts of things.
Can I have them spit on it?
You can indeed.
To melt it away? Must I roll or just do damage?
You don't need to roll, it's the wall. Probably pretty accurately hit the wall.
It is 7 acid damage.
7. It doesn't melt all of it away, but you can tell that it definitely does start damaging this fungi moss kind of situation and starts to melt away. You reckon, yeah, some damage would definitely open up, at least get rid of what is covering the panel. It does not reveal any kind of handles or hinges or anything of that kind.
Alright, I'm gonna release the toys.
Release the toys!
Release the toys!
Release the hound?
Yeah, kinda. They can all get right up on it.
Sure.
Burp.
Okay.
Burp.
They all scutter around the creature.
And I would like them to work together to try to get that thing in the center, if possible, but I don't know if it's possible.
Alright.
They all going to attack. Lem gets the 19.
Hits.
Basil gets 17.
Hits.
And Pine Nut gets a lot. 25.
Hits. They all start bashing on this thing. I don't quite know mechanically how they'd be able to reach the chest, but we'll skip over that bit.
They're magical little toys. They can jump.
Really high.
Yeah.
Wait, one question.
They're little magic toys. Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
They climb, they swarm. So 8 bludgeoning damage. Oh, Pine Nut actually does do piercing damage.
Nice.
And that is 6 piercing damage from Pine Nut.
8. Did you say 8 plus 6?
8 bludgeoning, 6 piercing, yeah.
Okay, 14. And there's one more?
Nope, that's all of them. 3.
Okay, 14. All 3 of them start attacking, clawing, grabbing, punching this center and tearing away the flesh. And it's obviously trying to bring back more fungus in place of this attack, but it's quite a relentless attack from all of them. Can you see through their eyes? I forget, or do you just get information?
No, but I can see through Olive's.
Sure, but Olive is far behind, so you'd be unsure as to what's happened with the chest at this point.
Sure.
You just know that they've been attacking this central capitus region. Is that the end of your turn? I would believe it would be.
Yes.
Libby!
So, can I move to here?
Yeah, that's 30 feet. You can get there, and you would have... You can stand there. You would have a partial line of sight, but it would be like decent cover, like half cover, so it'd be harder to hit.
So if I step into the doorway, have I got full cover? Or do I need to go fully in?
Okay, so you would be able to see it from there, but do you have 35 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Then you can stand in the doorway, and you would have fine line of sight.
If I shoot from here, what are the chances of me hitting the toys or Olive?
I mean, a natural one, potentially, but they're very small.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to shoot my musket. Did I put my little friend?
Actually, no, a natural one would be a mechanical failure anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Oh, good dice.
From there, I assume she can see what's happening with it as well.
True.
Yeah.
You'd be able to see that as they were attacking, this fungal stuff is starting to grow back. You didn't see it before, but you are able to see the faintest of glows through the chest, as though there's like a thin layer of something covering over something glowing in the chest, like a warm center.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm sure Pesto has whispered in your ear, aim for the glowy bit.
Well, I'll aim for the glowy bit. Natural 20.
Ooh.
It might hit.
It might hit. So that is the full dice, plus a roll of dice, and then my plus bit on it, isn't it?
Modifiers, yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm on about.
Only terminology. It's only been 7 years, okay? Like we
Look,
don't know
I'm
terminology.
still learning. I'm a slow learner.
You see, I can't say much. And I was sort of saying, I'm gonna do that thing with my action.
Oh, bollocks.
What?
Oh, it did come out.
That's her dice down.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I thought my dice got stuck in it. 13 damage.
13 total. That's dice plus full dice damage plus modifiers.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 2. So that's 6. And then I rolled a 5. And then plus 2.
And then 13 here.
Your musket's only a D6?
I don't believe it's only a d6.
Oh no, it's 2d10. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
That's your cleaver. Try again.
That's not enough.
So roll 2d10 and add 22.
33.
33.
So just add 20 to what I had said originally.
You
That
just
is
load it up like
more.
that. Like that. Boom, boom. This over gunpowdered shot scatters across, explodes out part. It hits in like just to the left, and the right arm just explodes off the body, and out from it, these tentacles just replace this arm. This central bit reveals this glowing mushroomy center. Again, it tries to heal over. It's definitely the center is a lot more visible than it was before you shot it. It's still covered over, but it's very thin layers. It's obviously struggling to cover it in its entirety, and of course, this entire right arm just went flying.
I think I did some damage.
Good.
Excellent. Keep it up.
Now, if you can back up.
Step back out of the
I
way.
think you can. I don't think you can.
No, I'm going to stay in the doorway, thanks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Monty! Oh wait, sorry, is Pumpkin gonna do anything?
Lick Monty.
Monty, you feel like a weird wet patch on your butt cheek? Oh, it's Pumpkin.
Ew.
Oh, hello, Pumpkin. Yes, nice to see you. Pumpkin, perhaps you'll tell me, where the hell are we? We just walked in through the doors, and now we're in a corridor. What's going on?
Big across your face. Well, your mask.
Please roll a d20.
Who, me roll? Oh, yes, I want to roll.
Monty, please roll a d20.
I have rolled a d20. It is a 17.
17. Okay. It's all fine.
Obviously, my cure poison didn't work. And she's standing in the doorway.
You could shoot over her if you got behind her, but you can't stand in the same spaces. So angles would be awkward.
And Ozzy is down now. Can I stand on the same square as him?
Yeah, you have to stand on Ozzy, so, it mechanically wouldn't do anything, but it depends on if Monty would want to stand on top of... I'll take that as a yes.
I think in this particular case...
Sorry, I'll check.
Yes. So, is there any chance I'm accidentally going to shoot...
Quarter cover, and you can just shout Doug.
Yes. Right, heads down, and I'm going to endeavour to shoot my pepper box pistol.
That was to Niffy.
That was Niffy, yeah. She would know because I'm standing right behind her. I'll sort of tap on the
She'll
shoulder.
definitely duck if he's behind her and with a gun. She don't trust him that much.
So now I have 2 attacks, in fact. So I'm going to attack my purple. Aiming at the glowy bit. 17.
Hits.
Good. And that is...
You fire, boom! Niffy, your ear ringing from the shot that just went off right by your head.
And the one that she just fired a second before.
True. I was just ready for that one, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't bother.
She was given warning.
3 is 10 plus 3, so that's 13 points.
Wonderful. It hits off the center. You see this time some rib cage cracks away. More of this mushroom trying to fill the space, and this time it leaves the tiniest of like patchwork holes over the space that this central cavity that you've been aiming at.
And I'm going to go for the second shot.
Yeah.
Come on. Ooh, natural 20.
Sure.
We like natural 20s. It just occurs to me, if I'd rolled a natural 20 and I'd failed on my whatever roll that was before and thought one of the guys was the monk, that could have been unpleasant. So that is 2d8s, which is 16, plus 2 more d8s. D25 plus 3, 28.
It's a very hot round this time. Explodes out. This time, just to keep it even, the left arm goes flying off and tentacles explode out from the side. It's now just all tentacles. Like an uneven number on each side. And again, exposing more of this. You can definitely see the outline of this mushroom heart type thing now. It still manages to cover a little bit, but there's holes everywhere and it's a thin layer. There's ribs have been removed from the equation. Monty's disappeared again.
No, that's it. I have done my doings.
It is going to move across and look directly at you, Niffy.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. Does a 28 hit?
Oh, ouch!
No.
Are you lying?
No, I wouldn't lie.
You fire at it and you're like, yes, I'm doing it! It walks over and you're like, oh shit. Bam, straight through your lower abdomen. These tentacles go firing through. That's going to be 22 damage as it pierces through you. And then...
I told you to step back.
21 necrotic damage as it pumps this horrible spores inside of your body. So it's 22 and 21, so that's 43.
46.
46.
No, 43, yeah.
43. Let's go with 43. I've already forgotten what numbers I said. It just blows out your lower out abdomen. Yabba-dabba-doo.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
Or in this case, you yabba-dabba-don't. You say ow, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
As your blood splatters backwards.
Oh no.
But one minor positive. This necrotic shit pumping into your bones, you're like, it's a little bit like getting high.
Yeah. She's living for that.
Pesto! You see these tentacles go out the back of the body and but now you'd have more of a line of sight, possibly through Niffy's body, to see that there's a lot more exposed as they've been attacking this section.
Purdy, do you want me to both sear your wound closed with firebolt as it passes through you, or
yeah,
should I?
That can't hurt, surely.
Yeah, that definitely won't cause any problems.
I'm going to suggest not in that. It's probably worth doing something like that. Now that the center mass is being exposed, you might do some damage. Not through the whole office.
It would have sort of quarter cover unless you took a step to the left.
Yeah, I'll take a step. I don't care.
Yeah, you see over Nivy's head. Say duck once again.
I'll climb on her shoulders real quick.
Actually, you can really do it through her legs.
That feels weird to me. I'm gonna climb on her shoulders.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna Groot and Rocket this situation. except in this case, Groot is like a 5'6" woman,
painfully solo woman, yeah.
rather than a tree.
Do you remember what size I am at the moment? I think I'm only about 3 4 5.
You're
You're a dwarf
halfling,
at the moment.
right?
In fact,
Dwarf.
actually, yes, you didn't. You as a character, Monty would remember, but you don't know. While you were on the ship, you turned into a dwarf.
Yes. Right, thank you.
So you're about 4 foot, 5 foot.
Yeah, I'll just climb on her back and shoot a firebolt at this
Probably
thing's
hurts.
center mass. Yeah, probably.
You use the hole as a foothold.
No.
Wow.
Ow! Ooh, ouchie! No,
Natural
no.
20 firebolt.
For God's sake! All of you getting natural 20s.
Yeah, what
You're
the fuck?
welcome.
So that-
dear.
That's a bit of damage.
Beautiful. Quite a lot of damage, actually.
Yeah, so that is 30 fire damage.
It just explodes into the center. All that's remaining of this fungal growth, it's no longer any of it's what could be considered flesh, just burns away and it sears off the edges, leaving this cavitous hole, this exposed, kind of beating, more pulsing, glowing mushroom heart in the center. You can see it much more now. It's kind of in the place of a heart with these tendrils, which are actually like fungal growths holding it in place like tissue and sinew, as it sort of floats unattached to everything. And it's more like just a ball of mushroom. There's no particular shape to it. It's just like a non-perfect spherical ball of mushroomy stuff that's glowing.
Nice.
Pesto, step out of the way so I'll be able to get my shot.
Wait. Is it valuable, though?
We'll work it out, but it's dead.
I mean, you're welcome to, because it would not be an action, do a nature check.
Yes, please. I rolled another natural 20.
Damn. You don't know what it is in definition, but that shit's hella valuable. Like, at the moment, as it is undamaged, if you manage to extract that, like, this is some kind of magical heart that has brought an entire room to life and then a creature to attack you. You'd have to contain it in some way or another, but that shit's magical, powerful, and someone might have, nefarious use for it in the future, but expensive as shit.
It's worth a lot of fucking money.
You'd be thinking
Okay.
like 10,000 gold.
How much?
10,000 minimum.
Oh, that's good.
And how do you plan on getting hold of it?
Give me a second.
With a knife and a careful attitude.
Yeah, just try to contain it in any way you can for now, and also stay out of its warpath. Can I have my toys try to grapple it?
The whole creature?
The heart.
Sure. Yeah, they can try and get on in there.
Okay. Olive's gonna do spitting on the wall again. 7 acid damage on that spot on the wall.
Sure, the rest of what's hanging there melts away and just reveals this kind of stone panel. No hinges, no handle. Obviously a door of some kind, but how do you open it? No clue.
Can they push on it to see if it clicks open?
They can push on it. It's a wall.
That's a wall, not a door. Shit.
I mean, it looks like a door, but it moves like a wall.
Later problem. Okay. Toys.
I like this
Get 'em.
epic thing going on, and then there's just Olive just like,
Yeah.
is this a door?
What do you want them to do here? A grapple? All of them grapple?
It would be rolling athletics as grapples, yes.
3 athletics checks with my
Yeah.
-2 strength toys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of them is a 17, one of them is an 11, and another one is a 4.
Okay, 2 of them successful, 1 unsuccessful. The one that is unsuccessful is going to take 9 damage as this sort of energy pulses out. The other 2 grab on. They've certainly got a hold of it.
Cool.
Nivi!
Me.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Pesto just said what Pesto just said, but it's up to you, of course. The glowy thing's right in front of you. It just stabbed you through the stomach, and that fucking hurt.
How much that's true? Work. I'm going to move back over to here and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Sure, you step through them. Excuse me. Cast Cure Wounds on yourself.
Cool. I heal myself 21.
Cool. Yep. It works. You certainly heal yourself up. You start healing up this hole. It's stitching, and it's very sore and achy, but yeah, it feels better than it did about 6 seconds ago. Anything else?
That is my thingamajiggy.
That's your action.
How big is the thing, by the way?
So we're trying to get
Good
the heart
question.
out of it without damaging the heart, right?
Yeah.
That's what Pesto has said. It's maybe twice the size of like an average fist. Quite large.
I'm gonna send Pumpkin in to try and help get it out.
Sure. Pumpkin charges in. You throw some treats into the cavity. Pumpkin flies around the corner, almost knocks you over, Pesto. Chomping in at the bit. You want to grab the mushroom ball as well?
Yeah, but gently.
Well, grapple.
Gentle.
Yeah.
So that would be in athletics.
Oh, I've got to roll the athletics.
Yeah. Well,
I thought you were rolling it because you just went, that'll be athletics.
Pumpkin.
Roll.
Yeah, well, you see, it's called a contested roll. So when someone's doing a grapple, it's an athletics versus a different roll, which contests to see who gets
18.
Yeah, it's fine. Grabs on. Hunk.
Gently return it.
Action's already been taken to...
Yeah, no. But that's her telling her to gently return it.
It's a she. Finally decided.
No, him. Definitely, it's definitely a boy.
Okay.
That was her telling him to gently return it.
Monty, please roll a d20.
16.
16.
17, 16.
It's going down. You're fine. Just don't start yelling timber. Yeah, I mean, you can see everything's clamping onto this central
It's
thingy.
going to make it tricky, I imagine, to shoot at it.
Yes, if you were to try and shoot it now, there's a decent chance you'd hit Pumpkin in the face.
Pumpkin, yeah, exactly. In which case, I will not do that. What I will do instead, I just need to check ranges. Okay. I'm going to... can I see the creature from where I'm standing?
It would have cover, but you can see it if you just need line of sight.
I'm going to Mage Hand and just try and grab hold of the heart and do.
I mean, you can do, but you know that the Mage Hand doesn't have
I know it's not very
any
strong.
strength.
I know,
Sure.
but there's not much I can do short of nothing that's going to hurt. Sort of not going to blow somebody's head off, which I suspect would be a bad thing. I did toy with the idea because Ron, your little toy things are made of metal, aren't they?
Wood.
Wood. Oh, okay. So
Would be.
I was toying with the idea if they're made of metal, so I do a heat metal, and they'd get really hot and destroy it.
And them.
And them, yeah. But they're made of wood, so I can't. Okay, that's all I can do. I'll just Mage Hand and try.
It's turn.
If this doesn't work in the next few seconds, we're taking it out, okay?
It's going to fire out tendrils at Pumpkin. It rolled a natural 1, which is unfortunate.
Good.
Pesto.
I'm getting in there. I would like to try and gently remove it from its sitting in the chest cavity.
Currently, the grip. Pumpkin has its mouth around it like a ball, so you couldn't really grip it, but you could start cutting the bits around.
Yeah.
That are holding it in place, the sort of bungee cords as you would.
Yes.
Sure.
I would like to do that.
Something?
Yes, I do.
Give me a sleight of hand for that, then.
Okay. Not bad at that. 18?
18's pretty good. You get half of them carefully cut. Spung, 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 spung. That's the sound of them snapping.
Okay.
That'd be action.
Yes. I'll have continued to try to find a way into that door. And try getting their little claws around the seam of it now. I'm pulling.
They can't really get any grip. It's flush with the wall, though there is obviously a seam. So there's nothing to get the claws around.
Okay.
I mean, it could be something that requires more strength of a person because they're obviously not very strong in themselves, but they aren't getting any purchase.
And I'll have Lem try to hold on as well again.
Oh yeah, rolling again.
They failed the first time. Did the other ones have to roll again?
No, they're still gripping.
Okay.
It would be only if it was trying to release, and instead it decided to try and attack. So.
Okay. That is a 10.
Unfortunately, it does not work. Lem's going to take another 5 damage.
Lem falls limp.
Just another pulse outwards. Lem unfortunately just couldn't get any purchase on it.
Oh no.
The necrotic spores too much to bear.
Okay.
Niffy.
If anyone else has careful hands, I could use some help. I would be in here.
Yeah, Niff will go in.
Sure. You stand in. What are you trying to do?
So what?
These tendrils right here.
Yeah, she'll try and cut one of the tendrils with her.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh my fucking god, where the fuck did that go?
Runaway dice.
17.
17, yeah. Fring, fong, fung, 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 fung. You get the other half of these tendrils out. Everything of this body in the room, anything that is standing tall and lifelike, falls limp. This mushroom ball still in Pumpkin's mouth. Everything falls limp and loses the color that it had, as though it almost like died immediately, including, well, not the death bit, but including Monty. You collapse.
What? Why?
You guys wouldn't be so sure of that. Pesto, you would see that this glowing mushroom ball is in the mouth of Pumpkin. Stops glowing as soon as it's detached, as this creature just falls to the ground. Monty, death saving throw, please.
Death. Now you have to remind me because I never die, of course.
Roll
Such
a d20.
Experienced player.
Roll a d20, and because we like to make it more fun, don't say the number out loud, just message it to me.
I will do that.
Pesto.
Niffy, there was a thump in the hallway. Can you check on that? I'm gonna just try to carefully put this thing away. I don't know if it's not glowing anymore.
Okay.
Can I get it out of Pumpkin's mouth? Drop it.
I mean, you don't have control of the pumpkin, so not currently. You're saying drop it, and Pumpkin's just looking at you, turning your head. Some drool starting to come out of the mouth.
Don't swallow. Don't swallow.
Can I hold my action to grab it as soon as Pumpkin lets go?
You can hold your action to grab it if Pumpkin lets go. Yeah, sure. Niffy?
As I walk out the room, I'll just turn around to Pumpkin and be like, drop now.
Immediately drops it. It's like the size of your head and slightly wet.
It's probably bigger than my head.
Yeah.
My head's mostly fur.
It's true.
I'll go out and do cure
And
wounds again.
Pumpkin drops it, licks their now sort of slightly drooly mouth, and has accidentally runs away in just into the hallway. Accidentally has Lem's limp body still in mouth.
Ah!
Flappity, 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 flappity.
Drop it!
Drops that as well, but as running, so it just goes across the ground.
Oh, fuck's sake. Right, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on
Sure.
Monty again. 18.
18. It does work. It starts to heal up that hole on your shoulder. And ouch is indeed the word of the day as you wake up.
Ouch. Oh, thank you. What happened?
That's a very long...
No, I mean the last few seconds. When the glowy thing you were trying
Oh, right. Okay.
I've got
I wasn't
it.
sure if you were here for that or not. Yeah. We got it. We're good.
You can put it into your inventory as Mushroom Heart.
Okay. Can I make another check to see if it's still worth anything if it doesn't
Yeah,
appear to
roll
have
another
life?
nature.
That's only an 8.
Snake, you're not really sure. You think the magic was what made it particularly special, though it probably still has some value, just nowhere near as high value as it was prior.
I could do an identify on it if you wish.
I can too. Don't have to worry about it right now.
I can't. No, I can't.
I'll put it in one of the many sacks that we got from raiding that ship.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
One of the 8 sacks I have left.
Chaps, it's lovely to see you and everything, but I don't really understand what's going on. Last I remember, we were walking in through the door to this a temple. I don't know if it's this temple, and the next thing I knew, there was this
upstairs.
upstairs.
Yeah, we're in the basement.
So how did you get here so quickly? If I went through the door and appeared down here immediately.
Yeah, you kind of just disappeared. You faded away.
Oh, not again.
It was spooky, and we just kind of assumed that you did that thing where you went through the walls and floors again, went to finding the treasure and was waiting for us at the end.
No, wasn't not this time, I'm afraid.
But instead, you were waiting for us in the bed with that weird monk.
No, from my
Odd choice.
From my point of view, I walked through the doors, and the next thing, that monk chap was right in front of me, and not very friendly, as it turns out.
That seems like a bad thing that we should worry about later.
Well, yes. But thank you. Thank you very much indeed for curing me. Feeling a lot better now. Bit sore. Bit of a hole in the old shoulder, but that's fine. And well done,
Nice
chap.
to know it works.
Yes. Very kind. And I also owe you an apology, of course, for apparently pointing my pistol at you earlier.
Oh, it's fine. I'm getting used to it now.
Really? That's a sad thing to get used to. Oh, never mind. Yes, I can only imagine I was under some sort of influence. Hopefully past now. So
maybe stop having my brownies.
Oh, also that slight feeling of being high disappeared as soon as the mushroom heart was cut out.
Yeah, I guess.
Can I try to figure out what mechanism may be keeping this door shut?
Yeah, give me an investigation.
I got a 26.
26. Okay, so the panel is certainly mechanical, as though something else in this dungeon is going to open it up. What it is that would open it up, you got a very high roll. So what I will say is, as you're pressing on it, it does have a little bit of wiggle with a lot of strength, as though there's something holding onto it, wiggling on it. Niffy, you can hear just like a rattling noise coming from non-distinctly these rooms to the north of you, these sleeping quarters covered in fungus. Very, very gently, just like something's kind of clicking or ticking, maybe. But these are two separate events, of course, that you are unsure of.
Guys, there sounds like there's a ticking coming from these rooms next to us.
Oh, right.
I'll stop. I'll stop and be like, "What?"
You hear Pesto say what, and no, that ticking stops. Maybe you were just hearing things.
Yeah, no, don't matter.
Okay, and I'll keep going out again.
This ticking starts again.
I'll be outside by this point because I came out to this.
Yeah, you can hear it as well.
There's a ticking noise, guys.
Yes, I hear it too.
Go find it.
Pesto, stop again for a moment.
Yeah.
Now start again.
It starts again.
Yep, definitely associated.
Go find it. I'm going to keep doing this.
I'm going to get
Your arms are just getting tired.
But it's the same thing.
I'm listening outside this door.
Kind of generically, it's definitely the northern side of the corridor, but as you walk down the corridor, it seems to be
echoey. Yes.
It's not so much echoey, so much as not specifically from any of them individually. Just you can hear it the whole way down, always to the north of where you're standing. Okay. You just can't really. It's not specifically any of the rooms, 13 through 17.
Well, I imagine there's some kind of.
For your definition, you can see on that.
I can see the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see them. Those are. I won't go into it, but they're just rooms in disrepair, decay. Obviously, used to be accommodation. They've got a bed. They've got a desk, but frames of rotten wood. They're not identical, weirdly identical. They're just obviously the same room style. Yeah.
Have the guys already been to these rooms?
Glanced, not investigated.
So the doors are open there?
Yeah, the doors are open.
Right, chaps. I'm going to go look in here. Could somebody watch me just in case? You stay outside. Keep an eye.
No.
Would you like to do that for me? You could come and watch inside the room so that you can see if anything happens.
Oh, I have to come in the room.
No. Stand outside the room. So
I'll do.
If you stand, let's go to the doorway. I'm going to pretend she's over there. And I'm going to go and have a look inside and investigate.
Roll an investigation.
I shall roll. That's a dirty 20.
Wonderful. Pesto, still getting a bit slower now because you do this above your head as well because the panel's like a chest height of a normal person. Your arms are getting tired. You discern that the sound is most certainly, this ticking is most certainly coming from the bed, but not just the bed, underneath the bed, like the floor itself. And as you are doing this investigation, you can see that the floor that the bed sits on is almost separate from the rest of the floor. The floor itself, obviously underneath all this moss and stuff, is sort of clearing it away, was this kind of stone tiling. But along the seam, the bed is certainly on its own little section, flush with the rest of the floor. But this ticking is coming from underneath. Nothing's moving, nothing's vibrating or anything, but it's certainly coming from underneath.
Okay, so first thing we're going to try, you said there's a rotten desk, falling apart desk?
Yes.
Can I get a lump of wood from it, like one of the legs or something? Something with a bit of weight behind it.
I mean, there's rotten wood, yeah. It would break off fairly easily.
I'll put some of it on the bed so there's some weight on the bed and see what happens.
Yeah, the bed itself is mostly a frame rather than being an actual bed you could lie on, so it kind of half rests on what's left of it.
Yeah,
Nothing appears to change.
I want to see, basically, I'm trying to work out if this pressure plate.
Nothing appears to change when you put the wood on it.
Yeah, I don't think it was my rapier, so I'll just press it on the floor. Underneath the bed.
Just pressing up with your hands.
With my rapier.
The rapier bends on the floor as though it were stone floor.
Okay. I am going to... I don't think anything heavy, really.
Alex, I have an episode title name idea.
Mm-hmm.
Fungus Among Us.
There's a fungus among us. That's kind of sus.
Yes. I get out my
Yeah.
I get out my saxophone and I hit the floor.
I believe you have a saxophone.
Well, possibly not, but you know. Okay, I'm going to press down on the corner with my toe on the plate under the section under the bed. See if it gives.
Just pressing down with one foot, maybe it could do, but it needs more weight.
Yes. All right, chaps. It looks like there's some kind of pressure plate under the bed. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen if I stand on it, though. Anybody got anything heavy?
Yeah, try it and see.
Yes, but I don't want... Has anybody got anything heavy we can put on there, which we don't mind losing?
You?
I've got a great idea, but I'm not going to say it because you're a lady.
Well, Ozzy's in the corridor.
I'm getting tired.
I'm gonna stop at this point and have Olive do it.
Olive isn't strong enough to do so. He's trying their damnedest.
Fuck.
I know. I'm going to... No, it won't be. Why not? I'm going to cast Mage Hand and push with the Mage Hand.
The Mage Hand can push with less force than you can.
Well, it can pick up a few pounds worth of weight.
Like
5 pounds.
5 pounds. It's just a couple of grams. It's not much at all. Not enough.
I have a crowbar. I'm going to try and put my crowbar in the corner of it and try and see if I can lever the plate. I've got some ink. I can write on it. All right, I'm going to stand on it.
You stand on it. It depresses ever so slightly, maybe an inch or so. Maybe it surprises you a little bit when it moves down, and there is a distinct and rather loud clunk noise from both ends, from your end and from Pesto's end, but or not Pesto's end, from the door next to Pesto. But the door doesn't appear to move or open in any way. There's just a distinct clunk noise.
That did something.
As soon as it clunks, I would leap off it.
you leap off and it raises again and clunk, and then at Pesto your end there's another clunk.
Oh, great!
Whatever you did, do more of that.
No, could you go into the room next door and stand on the bed in there, the area where the bed is in there, please?
I go into room 16 and do the same.
Yeah, you stand on and clunk, and then by you, Pesto, clunk. There's a second clunk.
And I will stand on the one in my room.
Yep, again, same clunk, clunk.
Yeah, good.
It would be good, except we need 5. 1, 2.
Fuck.
No, that's okay. We can do this. Except we can't, because we'll all be on the beds when it opens, and then we won't be able to open it.
Wait, I can have Olive hang out. If it undoes the latch, Olive can open it.
That's good. But I'm going to pick up the dead monk.
At this point, it's like mush on the floor.
Yeah.
Is it?
Like you grab a leg and it just like slops away from the rest of the body.
Yeah, is it heavy though?
I mean, no, not really. It's just like most of... Like,
If I grab a
bones.
couple of legs and put them on the bed.
Yeah, you place them down, it's not enough.
I think our bigger problem is moving Ozzy.
You know that Pumpkin is definitely heavy enough to activate.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I will send. Thing is, I was like, I will send Pesto. No, Pesto's the wrong name. What is the right name?
Yeah. You command Pumpkin by chucking some treats onto the ground by the bed, and Pumpkin just...
I mean, if I go here, you go there.
That's 3.
Pumpkin goes there.
So the 3 of you stand on the beds. Move to be standing on the bed when you stand on it. When when Pumpkin stands on, 3 of you standing on, clunk, 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 you hear... In fact, at Pesto, as you're leaving this room, the door that you're standing next to makes this sound, and you're like, "Ah!" But you realize that was at one point a mechanism to unlock the door, but the door mechanism had obviously broken at some point, so you were still able to open the door prior.
Huh?
So basically,
this one.
something moved that would have been a lock
That's
to the door, but the door you're standing next to, but the door was already unlocked because it was broken, it turns out. But no, you move through, lie on the bed. Sure. You lie on the bed. It depresses. Spunk. You all hear in the distance.
We need a fifth.
Olive's over there.
Yeah, but
Olive will try the door.
Doesn't have to try the door. Because it automatically just...
It's open!
You get off the bed and it closes. No, I'm joking. There's a few things inside. Numero uno.
Toilet paper.
What appears to be some kind... a magazine. No. What appears to be some kind of ceremonial dagger. Its hilt wrapped in old crumbling leather, but the metal itself is well crafted, blunted over the years. Some runic symbols down its shaft and on the pommel.
Same.
There's an old amulet with a small purple crystal embedded in it. It's like a circular shape, nothing specific. And a plain platinum key with no distinct markings.
Ooh.
You like keys. Keys are good. So, do we think anything will happen if we do all 5 bets?
Doubt it.
It could do.
Right, someone give me a habit, Aussie.
It could be a trap.
Also true.
There's a lot of traps in here. I won't name names, but someone here has triggered a few traps in the time that you were missing.
Really?
Yes.
Who was that?
And who would have done such a thing? Such
Yeah,
a foolish
I don't know
endeavor.
who would have done that.
Incidentally, anyone got any idea why Aussie's lying on the floor? I mean, last time I saw him, he was fine.
Nope.
Not a Scooby.
Aussie?
It's probably an undead thing. I'm sure he'll wake up soon.
Is he breathing? Does he breathe, in fact?
He doesn't breathe. It'd be more alarming if he was breathing now.
True. So no way to tell, really.
No.
So what do we get to do with him? We can't just leave him lying about.
Well, we can drag him back to the safe space.
Safe space? What safe
I thought you
space?
said drag him onto the bed.
There was a place we had a little. It's actually been quite a few hours since you disappeared. We had a whole rest and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Um,
Well, okay, yes, if you've got a safe space to put him into. I don't want to leave him lying in this corridor.
Yeah. Okay. Having gotten all that, let's haul him back to the entrance.
Okay, yeah, you all grab a hold of bits of his body and drag him down the corridor to corridor 8. When you get to corridor 8 there, most of you know, but I shall go through it again because, Monty, you would not have seen. You enter that corridor. 5 feet wide, stretching 30 feet long. It's very odd. The stonework is smooth and undamaged, but the stone walls are lined with carved faces on both sides, each around the size of a humanoid head. The faces vary in detail, some ancient and weathered, most of their features barely recognizable, but one detail that is perfectly preserved on each is a symbol engraved into each of the foreheads, as though freshly carved. And also, all of the eyes of these stone faces seem to watch you as you walk down the corridor.
Don't worry about that. It's normal.
It doesn't look particularly normal.
Yeah, we kind of just ignore them now.
Monty's going to go over to one of the stone faces and, hello? If you can understand me, look away and then look back again.
No reaction.
Okay, fair enough. Had me worried for a moment there. Thought perhaps they were past adventurers caught in the stone of the wall. Probably not though, eh?
Guess we never thought of that.
Yeah, well, hopefully we won't find out the hard way, eh?
Well, they were buttons.
They were buttons.
We pressed some of them because see the symbols on their faces. They correspond to. Wait, you weren't really awake. Oh wait, no, you were. You remember why we're here, right? There was an X on my map.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there were those symbols on there as well, right? And those symbols kind of correspond.
I see.
As you are reshown this map, the 4 symbols that are on the map are crude representations of 4 of the symbols on the heads. There's plenty of symbols on each of these heads, but 4 of them do match the ones that you have on the map.
I see. So yes, a key. Okay.
We pressed those. They flashed. The room flashed red 3 times, and then now they're just like this. So we didn't really know what to do from here.
Yes, you pressed it in the order. You pressed them in the order they appear on the map, and the room flashed.
Lovely. No. By the way, you haven't come across a keyhole anywhere that key might fit.
Well, we have, but I don't. Alex, remind me, is the other one that was in the bookcase?
So you went through the bookcase in room 21 and got into that little area, room 22, and did a little puzzle. The bronze key to get through, which you used, and the door that is on the west of that room had, when you completed the trial, a silver lock.
Okay.
Or should I say a silver keyhole appeared.
We're looking for a silver one.
Not platinum. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Good. Beginning to see.
And as you're doing this discussion, you find out you have also got a plain black metal key as well.
Oh, plain black.
And we've used the copper one. Yeah,
Yes.
you already saw that. Yes.
Jolly good. Jolly good. Excellent. Now, you said you had a rest before. I'm feeling a little bit bedraggled myself. I don't know about you. Particularly you there.
I could do with another rest.
Oh, if I'm thinking perhaps now might be a good time to do a little bit of a rest.
Well, we did just wake up.
Yes, but I've got a big hole.
Yeah, but that really tired me out.
I mean, we could do a short rest, perhaps. I've got a thing I can do for short rest. Where is it? A Song of Rest. You and friendly creature gain 1d6 additional healing at the end of a short rest.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, let's just take an hour.
Short rest it is then.
You rest up.
And I'm going to do my Song of Rest then. Resting, getting better.
Sounds like a plan.
Resting, getting better.
Yes, you play a lute and actually do have quite a nice voice.
I get out my saxophone.
You play some gentle music. It is actually quite nice. It echoes through the hallway. And during this time, I'll tell you that they will inform you that room 6, the one above you, has a black pool in it. They have already done this. That's where they got the copper key.
Oh, yes.
To the north of you. And to the south is a room which has a hole in the floor and has, let me find, there it is. There's the description. 15 by 50 foot chamber. Just get to the bit. In the center of the room lies a perfectly circular pit. Its edges are lined with dark, polished stone. The hole descends into complete blackness, its depth impossible to gauge. You get a sense of unease because you realize there's no sound echoing within the chamber, no matter how loud a noise that you make. And the carvings/markings on the walls depict solemn figures lowering objects, gems, weapons, even scrolls into the pit, as if making secret tributes. Some of these carvings/paintings, however, show hands reaching out of the pit, grasping blindly towards the offerings above.
Okay, and have you been down into this pit thing?
No, we do need to check it out, I guess. But I was just tired of being the one making bad decisions, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I can fly, so I could potentially pop down there.
Sure.
And I can also, if necessary, make myself ethereal if I need to get away quickly. So I could do a little bit of investigating, possibly.
That sounds good. I'm also bringing Lem back because I can just do that if they were down within the hour.
Sure.
But
just using my tools.
How much do we get back in a short rest?
You roll your dice if you remember.
I don't remember because I am an idiot.
You have hit die.
It's a number hit die, yeah, exactly.
Which is, the number is equivalent to your level.
Yes.
And
I believe as a bard, you have 8d8.
Okay, yeah, so you got 8d8 plus, I forget what the...
No plus. Oh, wait, no, yeah, it's plus con.
Plus con. Once.
So
you get 8d8, so up to 8d8, and then at the end, add your constitution modifier.
And we've got an extra d6 because of the
Song of Rest, yeah.
Tune.
Who are you choosing for that? Because you said it's you and one friend.
Did I say that? I thought it was everybody.
You did.
You said you and...
I didn't take damage.
You and friendly creatures.
Ah, okay.
With my thingy, I've healed up.
Cool. Just remember how many dice of those dice you rolled, because of course you can't.
Yeah. Until
you have a long rest, you can't.
11. 12. 13. That's it. Oh god. 15. That's 3 1s and a 2. 15. That'll put me on 33. That'll have to do for the moment. That's 5 dice.
Wonderful. You rest up. Nothing, of course, comes for you in the resting games. Although it doesn't change in that time, and you feel a little bit better as you've bandaged up, stuffed some wadding in the hole in your shoulder.
I would say that we're weakened at burning Ozzy, but he's kind of already that for himself.
He's kind of stiff as a board as well. He's kind of turned into a mannequin wearing armor.
Yeah. During the rest, I'll do identify, since I don't really need to do any healing. I'll spend that time identifying the things.
If you do an identify, I believe you can't gain any of the benefits of the short rest because you need to be resting in that period. If there's anything you were going to gain, fine.
There wasn't.
Sure, on the mushroom heart.
On the mushroom heart, the amulet, and the dagger.
Sure. Let me quickly get to those.
So it'll take 30 minutes of that rest to do.
Yeah.
It only takes an action to bring one back. So
the dagger. Could you please roll me a D100?
Yes, I can. That is a 35.
Okay. You discover that it's definitely nicely crafted and ancient old Perwelven. The damage to it and the leather wrapping means that it's, perhaps not as valuable as it once were. It's certainly not magical. But you reckon it's worth about 350 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
So it's not bad. The amulet, could you please roll another D100?
98.
Wow. That one certainly worth more. The crystal on the inside, an amethyst, is very, very finely cut. It's a very difficult cut to make, a wonderful pattern as the light shines through, spreading into lots of different directions. Yeah, that's worth about 980 gold pieces. That's a decent thing. The heart certainly would have been worth around 10,000 gold pieces if you'd managed to extract it with the magic. Unfortunately, the way that you cut it out, it is only worth about 1,000 gold pieces. Still worth something in itself, but it is no longer magical. It's kind of just a ball of rare mushrooms now.
You have to buy some supplies or upgrade the ship or something, don't they?
Well, not enough to upgrade the ship. Okay.
Give it a coat of paint. It'll be fine.
So, are you investigating 7?
Right, chaps. I'll get my glowstone thingy out.
Yes.
Ghost fire.
Are you coming through, chaps? I would appreciate a little bit of backup, although I'm not sure what you'll be able to do.
Yeah, I'm coming. Careful, the sound's weird in that room. There's something with a few of these rooms, the sound is weird, so
Okay.
I don't know what that means yet.
That sounds exciting, I suppose. So, does anybody have anything which would allow me to keep in contact with you whilst at a distance?
Nope.
I can send Olive down with you so I can keep an eye on what's happening.
Yes, that would be good. Something that so that you, should I be in trouble of some sort, you would at least know what's happened.
Yes. Olive flies to your shoulder.
Yeah. You're going straight for jumping in?
I'm going to start.
We've tried doing what the walls say before, and it's turned out wrong every time.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just surprised.
I'm not going to try jump. I'm not going to jump straight in. No. I'm going to start off by taking a torch, which is a lit torch, and drop it into the pit.
Sure. You do so. It just falls, gets smaller and smaller until eventually you can't see the flames anymore. And there isn't any immediate reaction, but after a few seconds, there's a gentle breeze that comes out of the opening, and alongside a gentle, unintelligible whisper, but nothing particularly strong.
And is it intelligible? Is it in a language at all?
Well, since I said unintelligible, I'm going to go with no.
I was distracted by the fact that I was trying to think what languages do I have, and I can't remember.
Not that one. No, it's not. It's like a, like you don't really hear any actual.
Okay, I'm going to take a gold piece and drop it down. It's an offering. It's an offering, chaps.
Sure. You drop a gold piece falls, eventually disappears from view. And there's a much stronger rush of air, not enough to blow you back or anything, just comes out, and a breathy whisper. Definitely in Pale Elven, but again, you can't quite work out what the words are, as this warming sense of power engulfs everyone in the room. At this point, that is Monty and Pesto. You both gain inspiration.
Oh,
I say.
I'm inspired.
I'm inspired.
You feel good.
Well, that's nice. That's very nice. I'm not sure whether that makes it better or worse for me, in the sense of should I go down or not. So, what do we think?
I think.
I tell you what. I can afford to. Let's call Lou. Lou, do you want to come in here for a moment, please?
But what about Oz?
Ozzy will be fine.
Oz will be fine.
Just check him down the hall.
He's in the safe place. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Then I get to drop another gold piece down.
Sure. Disappears from view.
All right, can we stop wasting gold now?
Only one per customer. I was just hoping that we'd all get an inspiration. Okay. Now the question is, do we push our luck and investigate? Because I imagine lots of people have dropped lots of things down there, which could be quite valuable. On the other hand, something down there is powerful enough to be sending inspirational power up here. Thoughts?
Well, this is my bad ideas thing going again, so feel free to not listen to me. Like I said, somebody, I'm not going to name names, has caused a few bad things to happen.
I mean, why don't you just name yourself?
But whenever we've followed what the wall says, bad things have happened. We dropped some stuff down and got something nice. The wall also shows us leaving something at the top and having hands come out to take it.
In other words, there's something down there which could potentially be very dangerous.
Maybe. Or they're fucking with us. There's a lot of fucking with us in this fucking temple.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're right. We shouldn't be too greedy. We've done something. We've got something nice. I think we move on.
Yeah.
I can tell that your cowardice and your greed are fighting.
Yeah. There could be a key down there.
That is true.
As you look over the edge, let's say, what items do you have on you? Because you equip your gauntlets and.
Who, me? Who you talking to?
Pesto.
What? On me in terms of what? Like wearing or?
What you have equipped, yeah.
Oh god, I've got a lot of shit. I'm wearing my mithril half plate.
Sure.
I've got my thieves' tools on my belt. I got my bag of holding.
The mithril half plate. As you are sort of leaning over, you can feel the gentlest, not anything violent, gentlest pull, this pulse of power as this mithril plate starts to sort of magnet ever so gently towards the hole. And these whispers start to echo through the chamber, almost in anticipation of an offering.
No, I leave the fucking room. No.
And as you step away, easy, there's no strong pull or anything, the whispers die down.
Pesto.
What's wrong with you, Pesto?
This ghost.
It was pulling me.
This ghost-like stone I have, which you made for me very kindly. Thank you very much. Could you make another one?
I didn't make that. Ozzy did.
Did you? Ozzy did. Yes, he did, didn't he? But he's probably got one on him.
That's why it's a ghost light.
Ah.
We all have one on us. I think it wants something more valuable.
Yes, but
Like what?
anything magical, I imagine.
I felt my armor being pulled towards the hole, which was in turn pulling me.
I mean, it barely pulling you. There was no risk of you falling in.
I imagine it felt like when you're standing on a ledge, that slight pull to want to go.
Yeah, a little bit, but it wasn't like it was hard to break or you were being pushed over the edge. It was just a little bit magnetized sort of feeling.
It wanted my shit.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
No, just shit down there then.
Anybody got any expensive or valuable items they're willing to donate to this pit for possible reward. That'd be better than you gave. I mean, we gave 1 gold coin and got inspiration.
I don't really want to give anything.
We could give, for example, the mushroom heart.
I don't want to give it anything.
But you might get more back.
My stuff is my stuff.
But you might get more back. You never know.
I think they're selfish. What if we want to share it?
Yeah.
Just jump in yourself. There you go.
But this is the thing, you see, I could.
Then you get to keep all of your stuff and give all the stuff.
I could jump in myself and have a look. But I suspect they might want all my gear, which would be disappointing.
I have one thing I could try, but I don't really want to do it.
And that is...
I have a silver raven figurine. You guys don't know what that is, do you?
No.
I'm afraid not. No. Sounds very nice. I was looking to see. I mean, I could try my cards.
I'm not giving anything up, personally.
But I didn't really use the cards very much. Then one time I have used them, I got stabbed through the chest immediately.
I used to use this raven figurine way back before I had Olive. Olive kind of like can do everything the raven could and better.
How much is it worth?
It's like a kind of like semi-rare magical item. It's
If you don't want to give it up, then don't.
I'm just thinking that if it's worth, say, 500 gold pieces, we just make good if it from the money we're making from the dungeon. Should it turn out that it doesn't, it just gets lost.
my curiosity is also worth something. I'll take out the raven figurine and I'll set it on the edge.
As you set it down on the edge, you can definitely feel this sense of excitement from the rapidly growing whispering echoes around the room. You can see it almost like teetering on the edge, as though it's ready to be pulled in, but it is not being pulled without your consent, almost, one could say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you give it that last little push and it... As it falls down, there is a large gust of wind from the hole. There's more power washes over you, making your mind feel sharper. Everyone on the room gains +1 to perception and investigation checks for now.
Okay.
You don't know how long that'll last, but it feels associated to the temple.
Yes.
And also, because you didn't have it before, Niffa, you gain inspiration.
Yay. What? Perception and what?
Investigation. +1 to perception and investigation checks. Actually, you know what? Because it has more value to it. Let's say +2. Yippee!
If that's the case, can I investigate the hole?
Which hole are you investigating?
The big one we stood round.
Yes.
25.
You've gathered by now, obviously, that it seems to return to you something of equal or more value in its own way to something that you sacrifice to it, or indeed offer to it. It feels less like a sacrifice and more like an offering to Amashan. The paintings around the wall would imply, of course, that this seems to be some sort of sacred thing. You don't know if the arms are a literal representation of what would come out of this hole or a figurative representation, but it does feel as though so far, the more value, the better the reward. You would assume that that would continue.
Shall I follow suit? Well, it would only be fair that you sacrificed one of your items. I'm going to put my card charms deck. Here you go, chaps. I hope it gives you more luck than it gave me.
You drop it down, and you feel this pulse of power, this quiet whispers echoing through once again, these excited whispers. But this time, it does not come with reward so much as a feeling of more anticipation, as though that was something. But now more is wanted.
It's getting greedy.
I think it wants to one-up everything.
If anything else, I tell you what, I'll throw my ghost light stone down as well.
You do. Nothing particularly seems to happen.
That's a wondrous item.
I think we're out of luck unless we want to get rid of something really dear to us.
I don't have anything I can afford to get rid of, really.
I'm not getting rid of anything.
That's a shame. Oh, never mind.
I really don't think I have anything to get rid of.
I mean, you always have something you can get rid of. But,
No,
depends on whether you
not
want.
much anything better than what they're putting through.
If I take out one of the gems that we got from that ship as well.
Which one?
It says I have 9 gems worth 100 GP each, so it's essentially 100 GP.
Sure.
If I just hover that over the edge, does it feel like it?
Just the one? There's some level of excitement, yeah. Maybe if you take 2, it's like it's a bit more. The whispers get more. Like the more gems you're holding over, the more excited these whispers seem to get.
Why are we feeding this constantly?
Because it's quid pro quo.
I'm not going to give it any more.
Yeah, but other than it feeling a little bit better, it's not really giving us anything.
I assume there's more to find in this place. I think for now, though, that's enough.
You take the gems away, the whispers die down.
Well, that was a waste of a card deck. Never mind.
Well, there's another place we can go.
You never know. We might find something around this place we can get rid of. Right. Where should we go next?
Well,
to surmise some of where you've been. Obviously, I will avoid the ones that you've put ticks on because they're the ones that you have decided you have gained stuff from, and that, I'm not going to be too meta, but that seems is most correct. Room 9. You built what is effectively a jigsaw puzzle out of stone onto that thing the platform you have surrounded in orange. It revealed a riddle behind which you presumed the answer to be a secret. You whispered a secret to it, or should I say, actually, I'll read it to you because it says, the script translated to, if you have me, then I hold power, yet if you share me, I am lost. I am heavy, it can be carried forever. Offer me freely, and the way shall open. But you have not successfully had that react to anything yet. Room 10 was another room that is filled with mushrooms and spores and things, but when trying to remove what was obviously some valuable items, circled in orange, from some of these pedestals, there was a puff of spores which you would presume to be poisonous, so you have not attempted in any way to get those other than, I believe it was one of your toys trying to grab them. Room 20 was a big room with a big table in it and fireplaces. You had to this point not discovered anything of particular value in there. It just seemed to be a big room with benches around the outside and a table in the middle.
It made weird sounds.
Room 21 was a big library with tables in the middle, and you discovered there was in fact a secret panel behind one of the bookshelves that led towards that weird Triley room. And I think that's... Oh, yes, and then there's the room that you've seen some of because it's very dark in there. That's the top right as you currently look at it, which was a room full of beds, seemingly some kind of room for the monks of the... whatever this was, just like a communal room. You've tried the doors that are to the west of 9, 10, and 11 you have pushed into, and they seem to have some kind of mechanical workings to them, but there is no door handle, so you could not open them. You did not work out a way to open them. Oh yes, and of course 8 we've been through as their faces.
Monty, do you have a secret you can openly share?
Well, I mean, most of my secrets you already know.
Yeah, that's my problem too. Niffy seems to be the only one hiding stuff, and she won't actually share it freely. She'll only whisper it.
I'm not hiding anything.
So first of all, remind me again what was the clue on that name, Room 9?
I will copy and paste it to you.
If you have me, then I hold power. Oh, I see. It's a secret. Yes, I see. I understand. So I'm going to go into Room 9 then.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to just have a little think. Any secret I might have. Well, something I very rarely tell anybody is that my parents both used to work as adventurers.
That's cool.
But I don't tell anybody about it because it didn't end well. No?
I don't think the room cared either.
How about the fact they died because of somebody in the Adventurers Guild giving bad information?
What a fucking surprise there.
That seems... Yeah, it seems like... Yeah.
As you say this aloud, in fact, I think it would be on the word died. You didn't know, but you would have seen. There's a little panel to the north of the door on the west wall, which opens up.
Yeah. What's that?
Like an alcove.
There's a thing.
What thing is it? And by the way, I'd rather you didn't mention my parents to anybody.
I don't have anybody to mention them to.
Trust me, I'm not going to. You have your mum.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to mention it to her, but...
I'd rather you didn't.
What's behind the panel?
Behind door number 2.
2 things. Number 1. A gold metal key with no particular markings on it.
It's another key!
Excellent.
Not silver, but gold. Second, a small silver mask of a laughing face.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's
That'd be
spooky.
perfect for you.
I like a nice mask.
Here you go. You take it then.
We could probably do with. I'm going to. Investigate it? No.
Identify?
Identify. Well, I could identify.
Sure, that takes 10 minutes.
1 minute.
When you're doing it as a ritual, it becomes 10. You can also cast it as a spell, and it'll take up a spell slot, and it'll take a minute.
In that case, I do 10 minutes. So the way I would do this, of course, is that I would get out my viol, which is what I use, and do a song about identify the item, identify the item. Identify the item. Identify the item. Do. Identify the item. Do.
No!
God.
Please have it done.
You find this is a skinned version of an item that does exist called the Eyes of Charming.
Eyes of
The description as written on the Eyes of Charming, obviously adapt this to being a silver mask. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. They have 3 charges. Whilst wearing them, you can expend 1 charge as an action to cast the Charm Person spell, with a save DC of 13, on a humanoid within 30 feet, provided that you and the target can see each other. The lenses regain all expended charges daily at dawn. But it's a mask.
Excellent. So I can replace my existing mask with that mask, presumably.
If you wished to, it does require attunement.
That's okay, because I just threw away on one of my tuned items. So,
But to attune, you would need to. It's just standard attunement.
Takes an hour.
Yes, wear it for a long rest. Long rest.
A long rest. In that case, I will keep them for the moment and attune them later on.
Well, it's a mask again, but still, yes.
What did I say?
Them, because you're looking at glasses, which is reasonable.
Yes, true. Oh, excellent.
There you go.
Oh, jolly nice. Now that's an interesting thing, isn't it? That it's a mask. That's something that's very useful for me. I wonder if we were to do something which. I'm wondering if this is it for the room, or whether you would possibly.
Oh, it's probably it.
Can I investigate the rest of this wall to see if there's any more panels?
You of course can.
Like that
Don't
one.
forget you have a little bit of a additional +2
Yes.
on top of your.
It's +9, which makes that 23.
Don't see anything else.
Yeah, it seems to be fine.
Other than, of course, the paintings and markings and carvings, but nothing secret or hidden.
And is the door perhaps open?
No.
Fuck.
I'm going to investigate the door. Because why not?
Certainly. Roll the investigation.
I will do that thing as soon as I work out my investigation's that. Okay, but it's not, because extra 2. Yay! Where's my dice? Don't fail me, dice. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. That is, in fact, 23.
You notice as you...
Rattle.
the door, it doesn't rattle particularly easily, but there's certainly some mechanics behind it, as though, once again, like you found in the other room, something else is going to be a trigger for opening this. And you're above a 20. You're like, oh, it's rattling, but then you realise this echoing rattle is certainly coming from elsewhere as well.
All right, chaps, you know the drill. One of you pop into room 10.
Do we have to
one
do
into
this
room
again?
11, or perhaps look into room 10 and room 11. And I'll rattle and you see if you can hear where it's coming from.
Okay.
Rattle, 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 rattle.
Got it.
We're reverse engineering your dungeon.
Oh, sorry, you thought this was unexpected?
You expected us to go around rattling doors?
I mean, bear in mind, I'm the one who said to you, you push on the door and you hear another noise. But you do you. So, you step into there, Pesto. Room 10. I will remind you, as you step in, of course, the room seems to almost pulse, as though it's reacting to your you being there. Room 11 has a bunch of crumbled statues on the floor, which got a bit of moving. And as you're rattling that door, yes, both of you in both room 10 and 11 can hear a rattling coming from the other end of the room.
No.
When you say the other end, you mean the doors?
Yeah.
Seemingly the west sides of the rooms, yes.
I go over to it.
You do. Could you please give me what path you take to get over there, square by square?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sure. Doop.
Yeah. You go up.
Doop.
I'll head over as well.
Oh, Putty, you don't need to do that, don't worry.
Oh,
no.
Ah!
Hang on. Wonderful. Stop moving that pistol.
Good.
Where is it? There we go. As you stand on that spot, the floor rapidly and suddenly retracts downwards. Could you please give me a dexterity saving?
Why is it always fucking me? 19.
19. As it drops, grab onto the edges as the floor drops down about 10 feet. Whew. That was close. The floor then rapidly ascends, almost immediately, grabs you by the butt, and could you make another dexterity saving throw?
This is cruel. This is cruel. 14.
14. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. Bam! You're slammed into the ceiling. You take 6 damage.
Ow.
So wouldn't the pedestals hit the ceiling first then?
No, not the whole floor, just the tile they're standing.
Oh, just the bit they're standing on.
Yeah.
I see.
And I will, at this point, I'm moving you to the side, I will move you back. There you go. Just mark that as a tile that it resets back to where you're standing. You say ow.
Ow!
How's it going? Did I hear a noise? I'm still rattling.
Why does this temple hate me specifically?
It's amazing. I promise you, with every part of matter in my heart, I have not been targeting you.
Why do you say that? You say that, Ron. But I arrived after a 5-week break, went hello, and got immediately killed. I mean, that was.
Guess who triggered that?
Okay,
that's also very true.
You only appeared there because Alf needed a way to bring you back into the fucking story at that point.
What happened in canon is Pesto went, I'm going to steal these mushrooms, stole them. You appeared and immediately got stabbed. Oh no!
Oh dear. Rattle. My arms are getting tired.
Could I make a perception check in this room to see if the 5-foot area I'm in has any commonalities with other spots in this room?
Just
I want to try. I just wanted to try to determine the best path based on what I've just experienced.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll get a natural 20.
How about a 17?
17 is pretty good. I will give you that as you're looking around, you're like, maybe. There's a lot of moss and stuff on the ground. I'm not sure. I will give you, with the 17, you see that this corner spot certainly looks odd. And I will give you that.
Which one?
This spot here certainly looks odd.
Great.
So,
cool.
Bottom right-hand corner and sort of top middle-ish.
and the one
you're not sure about the rest of the floor, though.
That is unfortunately useless information to me because I was never going to step in those spots.
But if there's one per column.
We have nothing to.
I know, but he's something to hope for, isn't it?
I do like to imagine Pesto's not standing there, or possibly sitting down, just like I don't want to move. I tell you what, I'll give you, because it was a 17, that you are fairly pretty certain that this, I don't know why it's green, this one, and this one, and this one are all fine. So the four directly like above, below, left, and right of you, pretty sure those ones are fine.
Okay.
Green because, positive. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
If I start screaming and then you suddenly hear nothing, it means I've fallen into a hole.
Righto, I'll come and try and get you back. Don't worry.
Don't worry, the hole will take you out again. Okay, you take one step to the west.
Okay.
Make a note of the way you're going, because you're going to have to come back eventually.
Yeah!
Is Niffy doing anything at the door that you're at?
I'm waiting until it rattles again or something else.
It is constantly rattling because Monty is...
I will try and pry my fingers. See if I can get
just going to try and pry it? You're going to give it a shove, just generally that kind of stuff? Give it investigate? Yeah, give it investigate.
Dad!
Oh, give me my fucking balls. Oh, wrong bit.
You just put it into the bit you drink out of.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
18.
18. Monty, pushing. Niffy, pushing. All three of the doors, including the one in front of you, Pesto, open up.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you now.
You need to get to the door!
I'm going to tell you now from a meta perspective, because you'll be happy. Niffy, if you had decided to wait so that all three of you could press the door, if all three are pressed at the same time, it sends out a shocking pulse and all of you take 2d6 lightning damage.
You're welcome, everyone. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Mark, we haven't, this hasn't been brought up because it's a meta thing. I'm fairly certain this is a dungeon designed by Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ray.
My character from
yes.
C2.
Yes, I remember Ray. Yes. How do you know that?
Golden Sun.
Yeah.
There was a book.
Of course.
In the library.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I forgot all about that. Wow.
That was her legacy that I told Alex that she would go around Gel making silly little dungeons for adventurers to solve. And now it's biting me specifically in the ass.
And now we all hate on Ray.
So, as we end up the session, all three of you can see that all three of those lead into corridors. Niffy, you can see that your door leads to a corridor that goes right and you asked me this differently, goes north and south, and at the south there is a door. Monty, you can see your corridor goes all the way to the west to a door, but about halfway down there is a north and a south path. And Pesto, you can about see that your corridor has just a south section. And of course, you might be a bit scared to walk around the rest of where you are. And I think that's a decent place to finish up.
That's brilliant. See,
I'm not positive that it's one that Ray made, but it would make the things align that she'd make up a fake fucking trickster god and then put her name in a book saying one of the best tricksters of all fucking time.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh dear. Well, I enjoyed it.
You succeeded on many of well, I mean, Pesto.
We accomplished things.
We accomplished things.
We did.
Pesto,
I'm supposed to be the smart one, but I'm solving them with my face, apparently.
Yeah, you got told when you were younger to use your head.
And you've
just been taking that literally for the rest of it.
Oh dear.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Magic, Myths and Mayhem. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Judy and Ovani for the use of their music in this episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you want to hear more behind-the-scenes content, alongside extra art and lore, please consider joining our Patreon by searching Magic, Myths and Mayhem on patreon.com, or watch our extra content and games on twitch.com. For now, thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you then.
What was in room 30?
Room 30. In fact, actually, yes, room 30. I want to see if you discover this. So room 30.
Room 30 was a riddle.
Room 30, a long, narrow chamber, untouched by time, blah, 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 blah. There are weapon stands and racks and armor hooks all around the room. They seem more ceremonial than anything. At the bottom, you can see those sort of like weird divots at the bottom here.
Yeah.
There is rows of decorative alcoves displaying rusted blades, dulled spears, blah, 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 blah. So in each of those, there's 8 alcoves in total containing the following weaponry. Longsword, bow, shield, hand axe, warhammer, wand, pauldrons, boomerang. What else have we got in here? And at the end of the room, one end of the room, there's a desk and a book that was evidently used to check out the weaponry, like some kind of a library. And at the other end, there is a grand metal plaque affixed to a wall with an inscription, and below it is a pedestal carved with an intricate spiraling design, and at its center a glass dome. It isn't anymore, but a glass dome with a plain black metal key inside of it, and the inscription says, where is it? A weapon in hand can cause the most devastating blow. Place on the pedestal the most powerful weapon and gain access to the key. And of course, the challenge is to work out what to put onto the pedestal.
What are the weapons in the alcoves?
Longsword, bow, shield, hand axe, warhammer, wand, pauldrons, and a boomerang.
And what else is in the room?
There's lots of other weapon racks with just various weapons all over it. A desk, and then the pedestal on the right-hand side with the inscription.
So on the desk, what's on the desk?
Book, ink, quill. That's about it.
So I would go to the desk,
and
I would get the quill, and I'd put that on the pedestal.
Yeah, you would have solved the riddle, yes.
Because the pen is mightier than... Yeah, I know how you think. The pen is mightier than the sword. Because I was thinking there's no weapon there specifically more powerful than the rest. Yeah, sneaky. I like that. Sneaky, very sneaky. Yes.
Pesto didn't get hurt in that room.
I'm surprised a great sword didn't fall on me or something.
Pesto's just standing there like, we solved it, and one of the swords just falls on me. Beautiful. Went
up to the room that currently says Silver Key, stepped on the tile, fell in a void for however many hours.
That one, you had to just go, I'll get a bit meta around it, but 22...
was it literally just a 50-50 chance?
Symbols on the floor, and basically, yes, they stood on the tiles and trying to work out what the order of tiles to stand on. From a meta perspective, yeah, it's completely 50-50 every single time.
That's fucked up. That's a horrifying thing to be put through for a 50-50 chance.
And
that's fucked up.
What happened was, from everyone else's perspective, Pesto just immediately teleported back to the start. From Pesto's perspective, falling for an hour with no senses other than the knowledge that they're falling, like some wind going past them, like no sight, no hearing, no nothing, for a whole hour.
That would be...
No perception of time either, and then just reappears.
That would be terrifying.
Niffy comes along and is like, this is great.
No, Niffy came along wanting that and managed to get the right path completely. Didn't
she experienced it once. She experienced it once.
She didn't. I don't believe so.
No, I did fall once.
Okay, fine. You did once. If two of you are saying I will believe you, but you were trying for a second time then, and you just couldn't get it to happen.
Yeah, you were trying to make it happen again, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is obviously measured, but like fully 50-50. Below 10, above 10.
So the question is, if you're falling for an hour in the darkness with nothing to distract you, does that count as a short rest?
No. Because you're not resting.
You are not resting, let me tell you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you,
again.
bless you.
Thank you.
Oh dear, that was fun.